Hey you guys, welcome back to today's video. We're going to be testing out some of the makeup that we received in our subscription services from Ipsy and Boxycharm. And if you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Steph. I do unboxings. I do an Ipsy and a Boxycharm every month. So if you guys want to check those out, I will have it linked down below. But today we're going to be playing around with the makeup products. We're going to get started. I will say though, with my Ipsy bags that I don't have as many products because I definitely feel like this month Ipsy was very much geared towards skincare. Like I got so much skincare stuff. So I only have a few products from their bags that I had received in actual makeup. We're going to start off with some primer. I do have one primer I actually want to test out. This Liquid Glass Radiance Serum with Hyaluronic Acid. So this one here is by Farsali. And it says that you can use it as a primer before makeup application, or you can mix it with your skincare or your makeup for a luminous finish. I think I'm going to go in with a little bit more of a matte finish today, so that's why I want to try this out to give me a little bit of hydration on my skin. So I'm going to put mine on before and use it as a primer. You definitely have to shake the bottle. Do you see like on the side right there? It's like kind of, oof. Oh, mine's leaking. Oh shoot, mine's leaking. Before I apply that, I am going to go in with the Tatcha Silk Canvas just for my pores. I'm just going to go in and prime really quickly the areas where my pores are slightly enlarged. I think I'm only going to do a half a drop. I really don't want to put a whole lot. And I'm going to make sure the dropper does not touch my skin because I don't want to contaminate the bottle. So let's start with 2 little drops and just put it on the skin. Oh, it smells incredible. Actually, you're going to use a little bit more. That's actually not as luminous as I had suspected it would be, which is phenomenal. I like that. I'm going to go ahead and do my foundation and concealer, and then we're going to go ahead and come back and do the bronzer and the highlighting and the blush portion together. I actually want to try out this balm. I'm going to try out this bronzer and see how well it does as a bronzer for my skin. So let me go ahead and do my base and I will be right back. So moving into the balm palette, I figured that I would try to use the bronzer. I'm not the biggest fan of palettes like this anymore. I used to be because I thought it was kind of cute and I liked the idea that it was all in one. The more and more I use them, I feel like it's almost difficult to use them because your typical brush is normally too big for something like this, where it's this small, that you end up getting different powders that you don't need on your brush. So we're gonna go in and use the bronzer shade Iron Me More Than You. I'm going to be using this Morphe 104. I'm going to use it because it's like one of my smaller bronzer brushes and it actually fits really nicely in here. Normally I use a bronzer brush that is, you know, like this one by Wet n Wild, and it is just like way too big. Ooh. Oh, that is like red. That matches like my hairline. Do you see that? Oh my gosh. I think this is meant, it says that it could be a bronzer or shadow. I always like to put bronzer on my forehead first because I can fix that. I can't fix like what's on here typically. That literally looks like the same color of my hairline, doesn't it? Yeah, that's not gonna work. I'm going to dye that down. I'm just gonna use my sponge and I think I'm gonna go in with a different bronzer. I'll just take my bronzer from my Shop My Stash and, or not my Shop My Stash, my project pan. There it is. And I'll use that one. So let me dust off my brush really quickly. So the one that I'm using for my project pan is by ABH. It's just her contour kit. That's a little better. Oh, I have to take this off. This is Eva's headband and it is giving me a massive headache. We're gonna let that be. I'm a little bit nervous about this blush just because it's so sheen. I'm scared that it'll accentuate stuff, but we'll give it a shot. So I'm going to take the blush now, which is called Of Course. I'm going to take this blush called Of Course You Did, and I'm going to be using the 160 face brush from Farrah Cosmetics. We did get this in our box. I've used this already a few times to apply blush, and I really do like it. I like how compact it is because I feel like it really applies the product, but it's also easy to blend out as well. That is pigmented. Although that does not surprise me. Balm products typically are pigmented, especially their blushes. I'm just going to go in with my brush that I used to apply powder and just kind of blend it in together. This isn't from our subscription box or anything, but this is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Setting Mist. I've been wanting to try this, so I figured today was a great day. I love the way this smells. It truly, truly reminds me of like being on the beach and like putting on banana boat oil, you know? Oh, I mean, I don't do that now. I used to when I was, you know, in high school. I used to slather that banana boat oil all over me, but it's got that like coconut scent to it that it just reminds me of summer. It smells so good. I know you guys wanted me to use this. I do have this one here by Flesh. This is in the shade Twitch, but this is way too dark for me, so I will not be using that today. This just is not going to work. I have the Too Faced Diamond Lights, or I have the Balm's Alternative Rock, which is this basalt and pepper, which I feel like they kind of go hand in hand. But let's go ahead and play around with the Diamond Light by Too Faced really quickly. I feel like you have to rub it a little bit because I feel like there's almost an overlay to it. That's gorgeous, right? I am not somebody that enjoys a pink highlight, but I do like that a lot. So I have 3 palettes. Since we already played with the balm a little bit, there's only 2 matte shades in here, and the rest of them are like metallics and shimmer shadows. This is much more cooler tone than the other 2 palettes that I had received in my boxes. So I've got the one from Ace Beauty, and then I have this Palm Springs Desert or Dreams palette, which when I swatched it in my video, I was so impressed with it. Is it Ace Beauty or Ace Beauty? Can you guys let me know down below so I know how to say it? But I feel like these 2 palettes would go very much hand in hand with each other because they are more warmer tone shadows. So I feel like they would do really well together. And I really like the idea of using these more maroon, darker shades on this side of the palette. So let's play around with this a little. We're gonna start off with, the Too Faced Palm Springs Dreams palette. Take Saucy and Bossy, and I'm gonna take it on the Morphe E27, and that will be used as my first shade. Into the Scarlet Dusk palette, and I kind of want to dive into the shade right here and use it. I know on camera it looks a little bit brighter, but it's actually pretty, like a pretty deep orange. And I actually want to try using that in my crease and seeing how it comes out. Actually, I'm going to mix Shade and Nocturnal together to deepen up the crease. If you guys are wondering, this brush here is the Morphe M514. There are like kind of some staple brushes from Morphe that even though they are more on like the cheaper end of the spectrum, I would definitely always repurchase because I really like them. If you guys want to see like my favorite Morphe brushes, let me know down below. I'm going to take a little bit of Mocktail, which is another orange right here. And I'm going to take that just a little bit on a brush, and I'm just going to put it right here along the edges. Because I feel like I need a little bit of orangeness. I just purchased the new collection from Colourpop. The like, what is it? Like the Bear something collection. I don't even know. Blush collection, Bear Blush collection. Anyways, I purchased the 2 eyeshadow palettes. And then I just purchased one of the highlighters. I didn't get any of the lippy sticks because I was like, I don't use lippy sticks, so that don't make any sense for me. I'm gonna take, I think I'm gonna take the shade called She's Lit, and I'm gonna apply that all over my lid. And I'm gonna use this Luxie 249 just to make sure that I get a lot of pop to it. I'm gonna spray my brush really quick. I don't know, I'm definitely feeling a matte look today. Probably because I don't have also that much time to just sit and hang out and do my makeup today, but I normally do a lot of matte looks, especially off camera. Okay, last color I want to take is BYOB, and I'm just going to use the same brush. This is the Morphe M514. I'm going to take the BYOB, which is this really deep chocolate shade, and I'm going to use that to apply right on the outer corner. Yeah, I mean, like, this is a pretty intense palette. I am slightly really impressed with this Palm Springs palette. Now that we have that done, I'm just going to go back in with a little bit more of She's Lit just to kind of blend those 2 shades together. I'm going to take this Satin Luxe pencil, and this is the set of 3 that we received for $55. It's really just a black pencil. I used the cream one yesterday for another tutorial for my first impressions one, which will be on after this video, and it wasn't it wasn't that great, so. And sometimes I feel like I don't have a lighter, but sometimes if I can't get this color to pop, I will take a lighter to it and light it. I feel like I have to press down pretty hard, and I don't want to press very hard on my eyes. I'm just gonna, yeah, no, I don't like that at all. We're gonna take the shade Rum Tiki, and we're gonna run that on our lower lash line. I'm gonna go back in with BYOB, which is that dark brown shade, this darkest shade in here, and I'm just gonna run that on my lower lash. We're gonna take the Petite and Pretty Fully Feathered Volumizing Mascara. This is actually one that we got in our Ipsy bag. And I don't know if I'm gonna do lashes today, so that's why I kind of wanted to use this mascara. I'm kind of irritated by the fact that I opened another mascara. I mentioned this in another video. I'm kind of crazy when it comes to mascaras. If I have too many mascaras open, I start getting anxiety, I guess, because I'm like, oh my gosh, they're all open, they're all gonna go expired, I'm not gonna be able to use them all, which is why I use like 3 or 4 different mascaras at one time to make sure I get it all used up. Oh my gosh, this mascara is phenomenal. All right, so this mascara takes a little bit of time to apply, but I like it. Like, for somebody that doesn't have very great lashes, it is giving me the length that I want. It is giving me the volume that I want. And it's very, very lightweight. Like, I don't feel like my lashes are very heavy, which I adore too. Who's this brand? Petite and Pretty. Holy moly. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and let's highlight the inner corner really quickly. We're gonna move into lips. I do have one lipstick that we had gotten. This is by Nature's Cartel, and it is a lipstick that looks like this. A couple of you guys I saw that did mention that you guys did unboxings on your channel got some really beautiful shades of this. So I was kind of jealous when I saw them. I was like, oh, I would have preferred that shade way more. But let me go ahead and line my lips really quickly. All right, I'm gonna take this. This is the shade Gin and Platonic. I think this is a little too intense for me. I might have to lighten it with another lipstick. All right, so I just went in with this Mellow Cosmetics Bullet Lipstick. This is in the shade Posh. I'm gonna go ahead and just add a little bit of gloss right in the center. There you have it, you guys. We're done with today's look. I will say, let me give a few favorable mentions to a couple of products that I'm really impressed with. Number one, the product I did not expect to actually enjoy and I thought would be pretty intense for my skin was the Farsali Liquid Glass. I was a little bit nervous about this just because I thought that maybe it would be too dewy or anything like that, but I feel like it gave the right amount of hydration. It wasn't like overly luminous or anything like that. It just provided the hydration I needed, which eliminated me needing to go in with like a hydrating primer. So I will definitely be using this again. I'm definitely gonna start adding this into my routine. The next thing I wanted to give a favorable mention to are the eyeshadow palettes, you guys. Especially the Palm Springs Dreams. Like, I knew that this would be good because every palette I've tried from them has been phenomenal. This palette I was a little bit nervous about because, again, I didn't know if it was going to be a hit or miss. The way something swatches on the back of your hand isn't always obviously going to be the way it's going to look on your eyes. But I love this all matte look. I love the way it turned out. I should probably fix this mascara issue right here, huh? And then the other thing, the mascara. Like, I am so impressed by the way that my lashes look right now with this mascara. Like, they are holding up really well. Normally, by now, by the time I get done doing all my makeup and I'm here talking to you guys, my lashes would have fallen down. But this is actually holding up really nicely. I mean, normally I do have to push them up like this, but I feel like I don't have to push them up very much. The like couple of lashes I have on my lower lash line are very accentuated. They're really pretty. You guys let me know if you've tried any of your products down below and what your thoughts are on them, what your favorite highlighted product from your boxes that you've received you enjoy. It doesn't even have to be from Ipsy or Boxycharm. If you guys get them from like Allure, if you get them from Sephora Play, you let me know down below what you guys have been enjoying. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you guys are new to my channel, please make sure to hit that subscribe channel if you guys enjoyed it, and make sure to hit that notification bell. I do upload first thing in the mornings, so make sure to look out for a new video tomorrow morning. I will see you guys all in my next video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.